Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm so happy that you are here. If it is your first time checking in, hey, thank you so much for watching. I hope you get a lot out of this video. Today's video is long overdue. I want to do a guide on Blind Seer. Now, if you don't know who Blind Seer is, there's probably a pretty decent reason for that. And it's because Blind Seer is pretty hard to get, because she is a Void legendary. I just got really lucky and was able to pull Blind Seer, so I feel kind of blessed in that regard. She's a pretty amazing hero, and today is going to be all about how do you build Blind Seer. I hope you get a lot out of this. Let's hop right into it. Alright, real quick, we'll start off with her skills. What does she actually do? So her A1, Visions of Death, attacks 3 times at random, and each hit has a 30% chance of decreasing the turn meter by 15%. This is a pretty basic kind of attack for a hero like this. She is a support hero. So her A1 isn't something that's going to deal a ton of damage. It isn't something that is going to be off the charts crazy, but it does have its uses. She is able to decrease turn meters, so that kind of gives you a little bit of something to play with in different dungeons. It makes her pretty useful in like Fire Knight's Castle. It makes her pretty useful against Minotaur. And in areas like that, she has some pretty good, cool stuff with this. And it's a 3-hit A1, so that makes it also pretty cool. You're able to put Giant Slayer on her. Next, her A2 is amazing. It's Dark Shroud. It places a shield buff and a block debuffs buff on all allies for 2 turns, and it's proportional to this champ's max HP. Now, she has insane max HP potential. So this buff, the shield, can be humongous, and block debuffs is a very, very helpful skill. In Clan Boss, you can block the stun that Clan Boss does. In other areas, like Arena, you can use her to block buffs from the opposing heroes that can really help protect you. This is a really great ability that can really help you live longer in a lot of situations and die less often. Next is her ability Self-Sacrifice. This revives all dead allies to 35%. It places a block damage buff on all allies except her for 1 turn. And she will receive damage equal to 25% of their max HP. This will happen even if it kills her. So this is a great ability. And yes, she does take some damage here, but her max HP can be so high that taking this damage, even from resurrecting an entire team, a lot of the times it won't kill her, and she can even recover from this and continue on in the fights. She uses this ability for me all the time in dungeons, pretty frequently. I use her in almost all of my dungeons. I use her in Ice Golem, I use her in Dragon, and whenever my people die, she brings them right back, and it's no big deal. We keep on fighting, and she stays alive. In Clan Boss, she's usually able to get 1 revive off. Sometimes it's 2 on a really good day, but a lot of times she can get 1 off in Clan Boss. But this can be really helpful. Now, it also places a block damage buff, which means that when she revives everybody, they will have an opportunity to go again before they are killed, which is really solid. And then finally, she has an aura, which increases defense in all dungeons by 42%, which is pretty good, but you'll probably use some other stuff for your aura. So those are Blind Seer's abilities. Now let's get into some more in-depth stuff about her. Up next is Masteries. Now, I'm not going to go super in-depth on the Masteries. This is the way that I have her built. You can kind of check this out. You can screenshot this, see them, and go through and read all of them. Basically, all of this right here is going to be the stuff that's going to help her shield. Cyclone gives you a little bit of cooldown ability. Lasting Gifts is going to allow you to extend your buffs even longer, which is amazing for her. We go Giant Slayer because her only actual attack hits 3 times. So whenever she attacks, she gets 3 hits. So Giant Slayer is going to be the way to go here. And the rest of this offensive tree is just your standard lineup for Giant Slayer. So it's pretty simple. Up here, you could potentially take this HP ability instead of the accuracy ability. Her accuracy is, it does help with the decrease of the turn meter. So it just kind of depends on what all you use her for, how all of around of a character she is for you, how specific that you want to get. But it's not going to make or break anything, whatever you pick for these top 2. So no big deal there. You can go a defensive route for her, but since I use her primarily for Clan Boss, I find that it isn't a super amazing for my team specifically. Again, I run a counterattack team, so trying to mess with turn meters isn't what I want to do personally. So I don't really need her for any of that stuff down here. And this ability is always cool. It has the ability to remove a random debuff whenever you take a certain amount of damage. And that's great for a lot of other heroes because of the stun from Clan Boss, But the way that that stun works, the damage increases based on how much HP the character has. So Blind Seer almost always just gets one-shotted by that stun if you get even like kind of halfway into the fight. So you want to make sure she doesn't get hit with that, and even if she does, this becomes irrelevant because she's dead. So this is the Masteries that I go with. I think it works great for me. And then lastly, we want to talk about her artifacts. And here you go. Let's make it short and sweet. I use Lifesteal set and I use the Immortal set for her. Pretty straightforward. Immortal set gives her the HP percentage boost, and it also gives her a little bit of regen every turn. Lifesteal, obviously, because I don't run a healer on my clan boss team. And if you want to see my clan boss stuff and kind of how she works there, you can go check out my clan boss video of the actual gameplay. But the Lifesteal set helps her with that. I'm going to put up on the screen what your top priorities are for your stats, but it's pretty straightforward. For your boots, you want speed, obviously, if you're going to clan boss, but your primary stats, you're going to want HP percentage, you're going to want defense percentage. She's very, very simple to build in that regard. You're not looking for a lot. HP percent, defense percent, and you want enough speed. You always need enough speed, but speed is important. Her accuracy isn't super important. If she's an all-around character for you, this might help out a little bit because, like I said, the Visions of Death does work off of accuracy. But other than that, there's not a really big worry there. Those are really your top concerns, so she's pretty easy to build in that way, which means for things like your banner, I run an HP banner, and I run an HP amulet, and I run a HP ring. I mean, I just stack her in as much HP as I possibly can. That's the goal with Blind Seer, because that's what her support skills work off of, is off of her HP. Her being able to live, her being able to res, her being able to provide shields. That's what she's really there for. Now, I will give you one other option. So another build that I like to use for her is an arena build. And so what I do is I just switch out this gear, and what I do instead of running the Lifesteal, I run a shield set on her. The shield set allows for my team to have an initial starting shield, and then instead of running the speed on my boots, I actually run HP percentage on my boots, so she has HP all throughout the bottom, HP percentage on the whole bottom row. Now, the reason that I can get away with that is because I have a Seeker on my team, and Seeker boosts the turn meter of my team. So really, I just need my Seeker to go first, and then the rest of my team follows suit the vast majority of the time. So that's really all I need. And so for my arena teams, I don't have to have speed boots on everybody. I can actually use different boots for my team. So I'll use a shield set, which will allow her to have that initial shield, and it'll be a ton of HP. So she'll put up her shield buff, and she'll put up her block debuffs up, which means that my team, if she goes first, then I almost always win, because the way to win an arena is to be able to nuke the team down and to be able to place debuffs. Well, she takes away that entire ability of the opposing team, but it is required that she goes first. Now, for you, if you don't have somebody like a Seeker on your team, you could always do it a little bit differently. You can actually build her just with high speed and with high HP. Now, this is super possible because her starting speed is 115, which is a lot higher than most characters. So if, for instance, we go to Aothar, his starting speed is a 92. Martyr, let's see, starting speed over here is also a 92. Let's compare it with somebody like Seeker, which is a fast character. It's a 103 for Seeker. So Blind Seer is incredibly fast. So if you don't have somebody who can boost the turn meter, well, you can just make Blind Seer super fast and have a ton of HP. She goes first, she uses her second ability, and makes your team almost unstoppable, hopefully. So there you go. That's Blind Seer in a nutshell. If you have any other questions, hit me up, let me know. Again, in the comments, let me know what videos you want to see next. I'm hoping to try and get a lot of these responses out to you guys so I know what you guys want to see and so that you can actually see these videos. And if you got anything from this, hit like, hit subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.